As the man walked home, he suddenly sensed something behind him, a zombie. It couldn't see him. Pressed tightly against the wall, Junyu could only pray not to be noticed. The zombie staggered past like a blind man. Junyu held his breath. The moment it walked away, Junyu dashed home and slammed the door shut. But that sound, it drew more zombies to his door. Even in death, they seemed to remember something from their past lives. They tried to turn the doorknob. Junyu gripped the handle with all his strength, praying they'd go away. Outside, the city was falling apart. Explosions ripped through the streets. The power went out, and with it, Junyu's last hope of survival. No rescue ever came. Starving, alone, and broken, he decided to end it all. He looped a wire around his neck, kicked the stool, and the suffocating darkness rushed in. But just then, a red laser beam lit up his face. Across the street, a survivor, a girl, alive. In that instant, he no longer wanted to die. Struggling wildly, Junyu ripped the wire apart, gasping for air. She was beautiful and real, a glimmer of hope. They communicated through gestures and agreed to speak again the next morning, 7 a.m. Her name was Yubing. Like him, she'd been surviving alone since the outbreak. Though brave, she was just a girl, living in constant fear behind a fragile door. The next morning, Junyu overslept, woke up at 11, panicked. He rushed to the window, but she wasn't there. He slumped over the railing, defeated. But then, Yubing appeared. They exchanged names using phones and tablets. Junyu repeated her name like a lovesick fool. She saw it all and smiled. Suddenly, a zombie burst into her apartment, but was caught in a trap. Yubing fought her fear, grabbed an axe, and finished it off. That night, it rained. Junyu rushed to catch water in pots, but food was running out. Junyu, starving and dizzy, tried to act fine. Yubing noticed. Using a string and a baseball, she tried to toss supplies to Junyu, but her throw missed terribly. Both of them stared in embarrassment. Luckily, Junyu was a drone hobbyist. He flew the drone over and received the food. Overjoyed, he smiled at Yubing until he noticed something. The rope she used, she forgot to pull it back in. A zombie, once a firefighter, grabbed it. It started climbing. Junyu panicked. He threw a bottle to distract it, but the zombie wasn't fooled. He sent his drone buzzing toward the creature's face. It worked for a moment. Then the zombie swatted it down. With a sneer, Yubing appeared and hacked off its hand with an axe. It fell, crashing to the ground below. She clutched her side. She was injured. They were running out of food. They needed to risk everything to find more. That night, Junyu crafted noise-canceling soles for his shoes. He opened the door, stepped into the silence. At the corner, just as he remembered, two corpses. He held back his nausea and found keys. Inside the neighbor's apartment, it reeked of rot, but cans, drinks, food, even headphones and a walkie-talkie. He rushed home with his treasure and shared it all with Yubing. The next morning, the walkie-talkie crackled. Her voice, sweet, real. They talked for hours about the past, about life, about loneliness. Two strangers now deeply connected. But then, a riot of zombies. They were climbing the building, rushing the rooftop. Something had enraged them. Yubing accidentally knocked over a shelf. The zombies heard it. They had to escape. She'd seen an empty apartment above Junyu's. It was their best shot. Tying a rope around herself, she leapt fearlessly to the ground.